Hi petite friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you advice that I don't normally give. Today's video is all about how to beat skinny fat faster as a shorter woman. You guys know that I prioritize real sustainable results over fast results. However, I get enough requests that I'm gonna tell you how I would go about getting faster results in a healthy way if I was really trying to push it to the limits and get my more toned body in a faster way, but still have it be healthy. So this is gonna be my best advice on how you can do it and get that toned, lean, muscly, but still, you know, snatched figure as a petite faster. Also, if you're new here, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. I can't tell you how much it means to me when us short women all come together and you help me grow this channel. It helps us help more petite women to have us all here and give me better content to you. And we're currently trying to campaign this. We noticed that behind the scenes in the channel analytics, about less than 30% of people who watch are not subscribed, and we're trying to get over that 30% mark. You guys are amazing and helped me surpass 100,000 subscribers in our petite community last month, and it was all from just asking you guys to help me get that metric up. So it would mean so much to me if you can just hit the subscribe button and help us get more subscribers on our channel who are actually viewing our content. Thank you to each and every one of you who do hit the subscribe button. It means a lot. So this video is all about how we can get faster results as a petite. So in order to talk about how to speed it up, you need to know why results typically come slower as a petite woman, up to 2 times as slow, in fact. This here is a pound of fat. I know I don't have a better example, but it's about the size of your hand and then voluminous as well if it was like 3D. Pound of fat right here. It takes 3,500 calories to burn this fat off of your body. And usually what normal people can do, like taller people, is that they can just do a 500 calorie deficit every day to reach 3,500 calories in a week. And then voila, in 1 week, our taller friends have lost this pound of fat right here. Now you can imagine when us petite women try to do the same thing, cutting 500 calories from our diet is way higher percentage of calories than taller people because we don't eat as much. Generally speaking, we don't need as much. We're efficient, you know? By the way, this is why it can take us twice as long to lose the weight that taller people can, because we can't do that daily 500 calorie deficit and actually get results. It launches us into extreme hunger and starvation and binge eating and trying to work it out through cardio and exercise, and it just never ends well. So it takes us longer to see the same results as taller people, unfortunately, if we are forcing the same approach as them, okay? But that's where this video is different. I'm gonna show you how you can work smarter instead of harder to get the results that you wanna see just as fast as taller people. Because you guys know how it is. Your taller friend decides to go on a diet and they like cut out desserts and cookies and like run 2 miles twice a week and they're down 5 pounds. And it's like, what? That does not work that way for us. Or like your boyfriend or like partner does the same thing and it's like so easy for them. But you guys know that's why we're here. It's harder. It feels harder because it scientifically is harder. So how can we make it easier on us? Well, step 1 is not following the same approach that our taller friends do because it's not gonna work for us in the same way. So let's talk about the science of this so you understand what we need to manipulate in the equation that works differently for us petite women. When it comes down to it, yes, energy balance is very important for petites, but we can't go that traditional calorie deficit route because again, it's not going to work if we just get rid of tons of calories. We don't have enough calories to get rid of. So what we need to do instead is be smart about what part of the weight loss equation we're actually changing. So this here is your TDEE. It is your total daily energy expenditure. And this is how many calories you burn in a day. Okay, you guys probably heard that you need to expend more calories than you take in order to lose weight. But there's multiple ways to do that. You don't just have to eat less in order to manipulate this equation. And you especially should not do it that way as a petite. So this is what we need to know about this equation and what we need to change. So your TDEE is made up of 2 main things. One camp is your resting energy expenditure. And the other thing that it's going to be made up of is your non-resting energy expenditure. What does this mean? In terms of resting energy expenditure, this is your BMR, or your basal metabolic rate. So this is the number of calories that your body burns up just to stay alive, like to just move around, to not move around, to eat food, to whatever. It's just like staying alive, and it's basic metabolic functioning, including when you're sleeping. Now, the total number of calories you burn a day is also made up of your non-resting energy expenditure. So this is your exercise. These are physical workouts that you go and do. There's also your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, your NEAT, which is just like calories you burn expending energy that are not structured physical activity, like when you are fidgeting, or you take the stairs instead of the elevator, or you just stand at your desk. It's like just other ways you burn calories that are not necessarily conscious. Lastly, in this category is the thermic effect of food, which is how your body makes use of calories, how many calories it expends to eat foods. And some foods actually burn more calories to digest than others, which is why it's in this equation. As it turns out, in this entire equation, your BMR actually makes up over 70% of your total daily energy expenditure. A lot of people focus on exercise as the way to lose weight. You do not want to do that as a petite, because your BMR is the largest component of your ability to burn fat. And if you're not focusing on that 70%, then you're going to be exercising yourself into a hole, constantly over exercising and under eating and then binge eating and then doing more exercise. And if your workouts only account for 10 to 20% of your total daily energy expenditure anyways, it's not gonna be a very effective way to tip the energy balance, right? Like, you really can't outwork a poor diet, like they say. And especially petite women, we don't have a lot of calories to eat to begin with anyway. So exercising and trying to rack up all these calories burned is just gonna make us hungry. It's going to make us it's going to play with our leptin and ghrelin, our hunger hormones, and it's not the smartest approach for tipping the energy equation in our favor. So typically, out of all the videos I make, I always tell you guys, let's focus on metabolism. And that is still true in this video. We're just gonna also add some extra things to do to it to get that extra fast result. So what does it mean to focus on your metabolism as a petite? It means that we need to focus on building muscle, because the way that you increase your BMR is by adding lean body mass, AKA muscle, which burns more calories at rest. That literally means you need to lift weights. I don't mean Pilates, I don't mean yoga, I mean lifting weights, increasing your weights using progressive overload week over week and building some lean body mass. That is the best, most sustainable, effective way to increase your metabolism so that you're burning calories around the clock and not just when you're exercising, like a cardio workout. That's only gonna burn calories when you're physically at the gym and working out. Whereas when you invest in your results by building muscle, you're burning calories all the time now, which means that 70% of the time you're working on building, which means that 70% of the time you're actually burning calories and you're maximizing your fat burning potential of your body, versus if you have a slow metabolism, you're not burning as many calories around the clock. So building muscle is step one, okay? That's always been the founding step one in all of my content and the Petite Power method. For petites, we gotta focus on BMR, not cardio, not under eating, just BMR and lifting weights. So that's step number one, and you're always still gonna do that. But let's talk about what steps you can do on the other side of the equation so that you can get those accelerated results. Okay, so we've optimized the biggest part of the equation, the 70%. If you just did this, you'd get amazing sustainable results over time, but we're gonna make it a little spicier. So let's focus on what can we actually optimize in our non-resting energy expenditure. So now we're gonna look at this part of the equation, the TEF, the NEAT, and the EAT. So let's start with the easiest one. Step two, let's look at the TEF, the thermic effect of food. If you wanna get results faster, let's look at what you're eating and try to increase the thermic effect of food. Two very well-known studied ways of increasing the thermic effect of food, AKA how many calories your body burns to digest food, is to focus on increasing your protein and your fiber. By the way, if you wanna know exactly what your particular fat burning macros should be as a petite, come to my masterclass next week that I'm teaching. I have 2 live sessions. I'm going over the exact macro ratio breakdown. And if you come live, I email out a free gift after, which is my macros workshop kit for petites. And it has an entire breakdown of what are macros, how to calculate them yourself. It has a Q&A, it has a workbook. It's incredible. If you come to that class, not only will you learn exactly what macro ratio you should follow as a petite and how to calculate them, but you'll get that bonus included as well, totally free, just boop in your inbox. So you can sign up below and I'll see you there. Now, eating protein is really important because it just requires more calories to digest than fats and carbohydrates, okay? Also, fiber is going to require more calories too. So just by eating the right foods, you're gonna be increasing the number of calories you burn and increasing your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure, which is contributing towards you being in a slight caloric deficit, but still not starving so that you end up self-sabotaging your results. That's the key for petites. We wanna find smart ways to stay in a very slight deficit so that it feels sustainable and doesn't feel like we're on like a crazy intense diet. Also in this step 2 is eating whole foods, because the more processed foods you eat, the lower the thermic effect will be. If your food, I mean, think about it. If your food is fully processed and already broken down and it goes in your body, it just comes out the other side. That sounds really gross, right? Instead, when we eat whole foods and we have to chew them, break them down, they're single ingredient foods, you know, fish and eggs and animal products, whole foods that are vegetables and fruit, and you know, anything. Obviously we all have different diets, but trying to eat foods that are single ingredient or just you have to chew to break down, that are not super processed, don't come from a box, that is a huge benefit to your health, not just for weight loss, for so many reasons, but it's also gonna increase the thermic effect of food. So if I was trying to get that little edge on my fast results, I would be changing what I eat to more protein, high fiber, whole foods. Okay, step 3, let's look at your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is the activity that we do that we are not even aware of, okay? So fidgeting, walking, like taking the stairs, this type of thing. You're gonna wanna focus on your NEAT for sure if you wanna get faster results, and you can do it very easily. Literally, here's some ways that you can do it. Take phone calls walking around your house in circles, take meetings just on a walk. Increase the calories you're burning that are not structured workouts, they're just like hanging out, walking around. You can also take the long route, take the scenic route, park a little bit further away from where you're going. I do that all the time. Take the stairs, like I said. Take active breaks throughout your day, multiple little ones, like just stand up randomly and sit back down, or better yet, stand at your desk or find a place where you can stand at your kitchen counter or whatever while you're working. Just a standing desk is going to increase your NEAT as well. Step 4, now this is the most controversial one for us petites, because this is the one I tell you not to touch. Don't overdo this one, your exercise activity thermogenesis. I'm always telling you guys, stop doing all the cardio. It's not helping you, right? Because it's contributing to like 10% of your fat burning potential for the day. So in this video though, I told you I'm giving you the extra edge on your results. What I would do if I was going to manipulate this in any way is I would just add in some zone 2, that's a lower heart rate training, cardiovascular work that's very not demanding. So just walking, literally walk a little bit more, go on a 20-minute walk, add to your day. Another way of saying this is increase your step count. What you do not want to do is increase the amount of high intensity exercise you do. This is where we make the biggest mistake as petites. We're like, oh, I want to lose weight and get results faster. I'm going to like go to Barry's boot camp and Orange Theory, and I'm going to do all these tread boot camps, and I'm just going to really work hard in the gym. You want to work hard by lifting weights, but not by doing cardio like at your max. That's just going to make you hungry and derail all your results, because you are going to starve and want to eat it back really fast. So instead of doing HIIT and running and elliptical and all these things, aim for 20-minute walks, low intensity. You can go ahead and Google like zone 2 heart rate training and calculate your max heart rate for that. For me, that's probably like 130 beats per minute. I can still hold a conversation and just do it for, you know, any amount of time that feels good for you. Just adding that every day will get you a little extra edge without making you feel like you're starving. Those are the 4 steps I would take if I wanted to beat skinny fat faster as a petite. And the key here is we're still looking at energy balance. We're looking at the equations, we're using science, but our goal is to increase the total daily energy expenditure, but in a smarter way, not in a harder way. The harder, old-fashioned, shitty way of doing this is eating less and doing more cardio. We don't do that around here. For us petites, we're training smarter. We're eating smarter, not less. Do not take away calories and add more cardio. That is going to backfire, and that's why we're all here to begin with, right? If you want to get a head start on this, I know March is around the corner. Is it March already? Oh my God, that came up fast, guys. Woo, you got to start working on this now. So come with me to my live class, and I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step plan to get your petite dream body this year, this spring. Let's do it and start losing your first 5 pounds. We're going to do this without doing tons of exercise and overdoing cardio without restricting your calories and without having to give up your favorite foods, because what is the point of life if we're not eating our favorite foods? You're also gonna learn the exact petite fat burning macro ratio that you need to do this and do it the healthy way. And ultimately, when you come to this training, it's just a great time to meet like-minded petite women in terms of looking around the room and thinking, oh my God, nothing's wrong with my body. This isn't my fault. You're gonna finally get that confidence back that there's nothing wrong with your body. You just need a different, smarter approach as a petite. And this is the masterclass for that. It's not like anything you've been to before. And we dive deep into the science. We get to go way deeper, and I get to present and share actual data and steps you need to take to start losing fat and keep it off in the long run, whether you have a lot of weight you want to lose or you're just looking to tone up for summer. I swear this masterclass is an absolute must if you're 5'4" and shorter and you're trying to get into lifting weights, or you're new to weights and you're trying to figure out exactly what workouts you need to be doing and the intensity and how to do them, and should you do them at the gym or at home. That's definitely going to be answered. This is also for you if you're 5'4" and shorter and you've been absolutely stuck in a fat loss plateau for so long. Like, you're doing all these things and the numbers are not changing, your clothes are not fitting better, and you're kind of in this stuck point and you need to figure out what you need to do to move the needle again. And then lastly, this is for you if you're 5'4" and shorter, obviously, and you're looking to get that extra edge on what's different about your petite body, understand it, and then learn what you need to optimize, like little things to start actually losing your first 5 pounds. I hope that this video was so helpful for you. You know that I'm so much more interested in true, real, lasting results over fast results. However, if you can do them both at the same time, why not? I know that 12 weeks can sound like a long time, but if you start today, by the end of April, you could have your dream petite body and be feeling amazing and still be enjoying things like eating out with your friends and not working out every day. That's possible for you, and I hope that this video helps you get a step closer to that. Any questions you have, drop them below. Subscribe, please help me raise those metrics on our channel so I can continue to make amazing content for you. And let me know what you think of this video. I'm so curious to hear what questions you have. All right, guys, bye.